Hello and welcome everybody! It is the second day of the Boomer Shooter demo galore, and with a bit of, delay, not perfect start at 9 PM, we are back, and today we are starting out with Cultic, a game that made the rounds. Good evening, which I'm actually very interested in because well, it's a boomer shooter, as you probably saw. And second of all, it is, well, a boomer shooter about a cult with enemies in brown robes and other colors that babble weird cultic shit. If you're now thinking, it sounds suspiciously like blood. Yes, it does, and this is probably why I'm very interested in it. So, without further ado, we are going to dive into Cultic and have a great day, hopefully. And let's see where this demo is heading out. We have some great demos lined up today. Generally, the plan is Cultic, Ghostware, and then hopefully Angerfoot. Played all of them a bit. They look very interesting, and otherwise, yeah, a very moody intro, I would say. Dun, dun. I'm just letting this play out because the gameplay will come, but we all if someone makes this much work into an intro, let's just enjoy it, I'd say. Alright, we're loading into the grave. Enter to begin. Well, we're literally in a grave and going out of a grave. Having some melee attacks here, and we can sprint. And we can slide perfectly. It's just par for the core, I suppose, for these modern boomer shooter games. Nice. So very nice sprite work, I would say. There we have a pistol. Let's just see. It's a nice old, I think it's a Luger. There we go. Dropping some medkits, which we don't need because we are at full health. There's more health. Probably you need more ammunition though. Okay. There it is. Okay. Dead cultists. So they have a simple audio system, I see. Go. Very moody game so far. I am quite enjoying the very rusted, very pixelated look. There we go. Let's just pick up the health again. Nice that everyone is dropping health, so that makes it a little easier. Oh, ballistic armor plates. There we go. And TNT. Do you see what I mean with this game looks like blood? I'm literally picking up TNT to kill enemies, so it's on Z. A. Huh. Oh, I can destroy those. Uh-huh. There we go. Also, I have a mighty foot. Very nice. The best feature of old engine games. I mean, not everyone had. Okay. Nice. So, I suppose if I then shoot it... Yes! There's a secret. But I need to get up there. There we go. Going straight to Molotov cocktails and shotgun. So some boxes are apparently breakable, but not every. Okay. Oh! Oh, it's not a shotgun, it's a grenade launcher. Yeah, it's a very interesting art style, I'd say. Because it kind of wants to capture the moodiness, even though, you know, blood was a lot cleaner. Okay. Oh, I can upgrade them. Well. So we do not have upgrade parts, it seems. That sucks. Right. There we go. I like the idea of the workbench and all that. That's probably one of the, I mean, it kind of reminds me a bit, of, like, you find parts and then, for exploring, and then you can upgrade it in certain intervals in the game. That's a good concept, I'd say. Used a lot, but I quite like it. Okay, the color palette is very unique. I wouldn't say it looks, okay, I would rather say it looks ugly on purpose, but that actually makes it look good, if you know what. It's like this, oh hey, we distort like how retro graphics look like to the absolute maximum. There we go. Oh, okay, that... Wait a second. go. So apparently headshots work. So yeah, I hope everyone has a nice day. My day was, well, quite hectic. Had to go around the whole town finding stuff. But lately I now have more cyberpunk rule books, which is very cool to have. So basically the new expansion for Shadowrun came out, and well, let's just try this one out. So I have to say the book was very nice. Oh, okay, just casually having some TNT around. Okay. That works out. Where are you coming from? So apparently the enemies track you for a long distance. And they will... Oh, okay. You have a shotgun. I want that shotgun. Don't get that shotgun, damn! Is it like Blood where they have like random ammo drops? It would be. Oh damn, that would be a thing. Go. A nice double barrel shotgun. What does one want more from a shooter? Well, it should be a good double barrel shotgun. I've had double barrel shotguns that are not as good. But there are some very good double barrel shotguns out there. So let's make haste. Very nice. Oh well. And there we go. It's a good shotgun. Oh, there's an alt fire mode. So I can fire it two at once. That's solid. That's very solid. I appreciate that. And I suppose we're going down. Aha. There's been a lot going on currently. I'm very interested to actually dive into the new expansion book for Charon, because it's actually the one that allows you to make more complex characters. So I've been actually very giddily waiting to have this book, because this was probably was always one of my favorite ones. Okay, so I suppose stacking... Well, where did you come from? I suppose stacking barrels to get somewhere is not an option now. Well, but it's one of those books I was very much anticipating for, because Shadowrun is one of those games where you think it's very generic what it offers you to play as and play with, and then you go and actually find out, oh, here we are. And then you actually, you know, go and see in the expansion books, and it's like so much more to play with. But yeah, there is technically, you know, the 5 base species. There's like humans, elves, orcs, dwarves, and trolls. And they're all generally really cool. I truly like it. I mean, I generally like that it's a game where you can just play as trolls. Yes. I kinda wished the shotgun reload animation would have had a bit more, you know, oomph to it, like the one in Bloodhead, but it's still a very nice shotgun. Okay, that I forgot that. Hello, and you actually got into the into the cultist shooting. And talking about cyberpunk RPGs. So that's an interesting combination this time. Oh, you know, just having a nice headshot splat animation. About the cultist shooting, or about the cyberpunk RPGs? Oh yeah, there's some ammunition. Nice. Well, it's about Shadowrun, because today I picked up the newest expansion book in the store, and I've been actually waiting very much for it, because it's the one that allows you to make more complex characters in the edition. So this is actually really, really nice, because yeah, Charon just has like a gigantic amount of options when it comes to creating a character. I mean, partially it's also because it's to an extent fantasy, but it's still pretty cool that you can just make a character that can transform into a small dragon, basically. That's an option. Okay, when I fire 2 at once, then it's like... Then you get the blood feeling again from the reload. There we go. I am very, very much interested in it, because I wonder if... Oh yeah, the prices have been like a big thing lately. I mean, for me it's like, I'm actually talking about, you know, the physical book and stuff. I'm playing Shadowrun since like 4th edition, so I mean, I know that it's like weird, because the guy who runs our store actually plays since 1st edition, but also like when I'm saying, oh yeah, I'm a long-time Shadowrun fan and saying I'm there since 4th edition, it's like already 15 years. And so, damn, like, it's been a while playing these games. I would generally say though, if one wants to get into Charon, the latest trilogy of games was not really bad, I'd say. I mean, you even get this, oh yeah. No, I fucked up. You actually get, I think the second adventure, Dragonfall, is actually, yeah, it's actually playing in Berlin, so, paying homage to the German Shadowrun scene, which is frankly really big, and probably the thing that keeps the series alive, actually. There we go. Because American Shadowrun is, in general, the company that actually makes Shadowrun doesn't, sorry, I don't know what the, what that acronym actually is. Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, the lore is dense, and I mean, even then I'd say the biggest, what I experienced in the last years is that a lot of people actually, when I write on about Shadowrun on social media, a lot of people like from Australia, US and all that are just like, oh yeah, we're just basically all getting the German books because they are better, which is pretty astounding to me that like this system is basically only running off of the part that I think I'm gonna make a small save here, just in case, because I have a feeling I will die soon. There's a boss battle coming. Who are you watching? But yeah, the lore is pretty dense. There's like an amazing amount of stuff going on. Okay. Wait. Okay, I don't get how this mechanic is supposed to work with the lighter. Wait a second. Controls, key bindings. Quick TNT, quick loads. Sure. Lighter is, oh, that's not the one. That's an L. Ah, yeah, the lore is pretty dense. I'd say there's a good amount in the first, in the first editions for. I wouldn't say it's really high fantasy because it does a lot of its own stuff. For example, you will find stuff that is, you know, quote unquote fantasy. For example, there are. How was it called? There are vampires, for example, and ghouls and zombies, not like ghouls and banshees are even a thing, but it's more like they're actually happening due to a virus infecting the meta-humanity and then transforming them. So that's a thing. There's like a lot of cool stuff going on there. I'd suppose. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, that worked. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on that's very, very unique. So, in general, I also like the stuff that, which is actually something you don't know if you only played games or saw something like that works. If you only played the games or saw a bit of it, because there's actually like very big death. Okay. That doesn't sound good. Oh god. Glad I still have the China Lake launcher. Okay, that gave me some Resident Evil vibes, I am not going to lie. Because, for example, you have like standard, you know, the standard 5 species, you know, humans, elves, dwarves, orcs and all that, but actually there are a lot of subspecies in this game. So for example, if you've ever been like, oh hey, I want to play goblin, well, there is a subspecies with unique stats for goblins, for the orcs. And there's even a lot of local variety. So for example, if you want to play, for example, a dwarf from Hawaii, there are Menehunes. So, you know, literally Hawaiian dwarfs. So that's just a really cool touch, I'd say. There are, Fomorians are a type of troll that lives in Ireland. There's like, the Koropokuki from, I hope I didn't just butcher that name, from the Ainu in, you know, Hokkaido in Japan. They're there. They're a thing. That's a dwarf subspecies, by the way. So it's just very cool stuff they actually put into the game if you dig a bit deeper. Okay, there we go. And we don't need to let any folks. Would you just die? That's... Fuck. Well, sometimes the movement feels a bit unresponsive. And yeah, that's just some stuff I like about it. And then again, yeah, I probably can just be biased because I wouldn't say the American side isn't making bad stuff direct per se, but there's just something basically for context. The German side, like the German publisher, actually is allowed to make their own source box and their own lore. So when you're here in Germany, for example, after people got like the main book came out for 6th edition, then we also got a source book on Berlin in 2080. And the thing is that German books are generally really good. Like, those are the ones like just full of lore and interesting stuff. I mean, maybe I can be biased because there's like cool stuff in the American setting, for example, about how native Indian tribes, after the magic awakened, they reconquered land for their own. That's actually like cool stuff, but they don't go much with it, I'd say. Where like Germany, and it's very like the ADL it's called, they're very messy politics and very just fucked up state of a lot of things. I'm going to load a checkpoint. Oh yeah, it's like astoundingly good one. So I mean, just some of the cool stuff we have here in Germany is like actually it's Seattle. I mean, I don't know if something changed from the first editions, but Denver, Colorado is, from what I remember, not really the main one anymore. So like most of American stuff is placed in Seattle. That's interesting. So I think probably in the old editions there was something about that, because currently the main game is placed in. It's mainly, the American part is mainly in what's it called again, Seattle. About, you know, Seattle becoming actually an independent city, because there's this whole thing that like so just a bit heads up about the story, you know, lore and Shadowrun 6th edition. It's about that basically there was a big blackout after technically the megacorp Ares kinda leveled Detroit, because they wanted to get rid of the insect ghosts. Long story, they're basically interdimensional magical body snatchers. They wanted to get rid of them as a PR stunt and turned Detroit into like a literal fucking war zone. And that's a thing that happened. So it was actually just kind of nice that that it just started off so strong, that then the US president, she was just like, the companies just, like the Microsofts just did enough bullshit because they have like extraterritoriality. So whatever happened on their ground just doesn't count as shit for the US, which, well, considering they leveled the rest of the city in part, even though they literally owned half of it, it didn't go over so well. But then when they just said, you know what, the UCAS, you know, what is left of the United States, is going to leave the whole accord about megacons, they just fucking left the UCAS, so they had to buckle, you know, bow again to the mega corporations, which is just kind of morbid, but how it goes, because, well, this whole thing is just a shit show. But yeah, this is probably why I kind of like Shadowrun still. They have some good stuff, but the rest that the US team currently just wrote is frankly not good, which is depressing. So yeah, the German ones is like the German setting is just actually really cool, because we have like, I mean, I can say I'm actually triple biased. Oh yeah, I mean, probably they you know, when they make source book specific ones, they're actually pretty cool. Actually, I'm probably biased because, also very biased because the current source book for the 6th edition has as a city, you know, as an example city, it has Hamburg, where I'm living, which is cool because, I mean, okay, the Hamburg has seen better days. Literally, it's how I suppose. There was the whole thing about the Black Floods and the North Sea spilling over, and a lot of, you know, northern parts of Germany becoming toxic wasteland, and there are, you know, parts of the city that are just underwater. There's the whole shit about, how could I put it mildly, there are pirates off the coast. There is just a lot going on. It's still, you know, a very cool setting, I'd say, but like, yeah. And the other cities in Germany is like, you either have the Rhein-Ruhr Megaplex, which is basically a gigantic, you know, gigantic sprawl of like 4 to 5 cities, and technically all ruled by a dragon, which also rules the second to, or, you know, even strongest megacorp at each point, so also a thing where you can be. And then there's Berlin, which is literally an upheaval because the anarchists once kicked the corps out, and then the corps liberated the town back. So, you know, fun settings for all. Oh, there we go. More people spawned back here. pretty cool stuff. And also what I absolutely love is that when you play Shadowrun here in Germany, they actually give you... Oh yeah, here was a door, right. Map complete. So they always upload like basically small source book size in PDFs. Oh, I killed everyone. Nice. And yes, that was Cultic. So very short, very sweet, I would say. You know, I talked so much about Charon. Just let me get over a few thoughts of myself on the game. I really like it. I mean, it's a very interesting art style, very crunchy. You know, I'd say I said before at the beginning, you know, kind of ugly on purpose, but that's what actually make it beautiful. Weapons are feeling great. You know, getting headshots very satisfying. It has a very distinct blood vibe, so enemies hit you hard, and you have to hit them hard to regain health. It's a very, very nice balance, I would say, and yeah, this is probably one of those games I will recommend. Again, we're having a great streak, like 4 out of 4 games played recommended. The indie boomer shooter scene is thriving, I'd say. And so, without further ado, I will, just for a very short moment, pause the stream and come back to you, and then we're going to play Ghostware. About 1 minute spared. See you then!